Welcome to the Sportsaholics. I'm Pierre. I'm here with Vinny G.
What's up, guys?
So let's get right into it.
All right.
How about the Yankees?
Well, they won the American League East last night in a 10-1 win over the Orioles, so we're feeling good right now. Our pitching's looking great. Our bullpen, our hitting, and it's getting out at the right time. Aaron Judge is a freak. 58th home run this year, and I'm not even sure that ball even carried. If you guys watched it, it had a 40-degree launch angle, and it was just insane. But he hopefully he'll wake up in the postseason because you know how usually he turns into the Chicago White Sox in October. So
I think if Soto's going in the postseason, like if Soto's hot,
yeah,
he's gonna get hot.
yeah, I agree. I mean, I feel like Judge needs that like protection in the lineup, maybe.
He's
So
never had it in the postseason.
he's
They
never
tried
had it.
forcing it with Stanton. It didn't work because he's
No.
either hurt or not playing great.
Yeah.
And I don't really even know who else they would have had. Who else they had?
In past years, they've just had fringe players. I mean, 2019, you had Gleyber Torres hitting fourth. No offense, but really.
They still have him batting leadoff, but they don't have a true leadoff hitter.
Yeah.
They don't have like a guy that has a great eye or insane speed, which is kind of what they need. They don't have that could hit leadoff.
Yeah.
The only guy that could do that is Soto, and you're not batting leadoff with Judge hitting third.
Yeah.
You're always gonna have one of your two best power backs in third or fourth.
Yeah, so that's why, well, the Yankees' outlook of the lineup is a different story because their best two hitters are hitting 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Understandably so, because they have the most home runs out of those spots in baseball this year and the highest OPS in baseball this year in those spots.
Judge is hitting over 320.
Oh, he's an animal. And
almost 60 home runs.
Almost 60 home runs. He has 140, 45 RBIs, which is insane. And his OPS is through the roof, 1,200 something.
He's having a better season now than he did when he hit 62.
Oh, yeah. I feel like he's sacrificing some power for contact. He's hitting 59 home runs. Are you
and
kidding
they're
me?
showing him he's possibly one of the best non-steroid hitters sports ever seen.
Oh, yeah. And in a couple of years, I mean, if he keeps doing this, I'm going to go out on the limb and say he has the peaks of Cabrera and Pujols, which I feel like he already did.
I mean, the argument there is those guys aren't on steroids. They were just naturally.
Yeah, and just like Judge. So that's why I want to judge with Cabrera and Pujols versus Judge and Sosa and Bonds. So I feel like it's more of a fair comparison.
100%. So. I think Judge has the capability to break Woodson's record. You look, he's on outlook to finish with 60 or 59 or 60 home runs this year.
Yeah.
That's only 13 less than what Bonds hit.
Yeah, I mean, we got to remember, if he didn't have the April he had, 4 home runs in that entire month, and
he might be looking close to 70.
Oh, yeah. You're looking at 70 for sure.
If he didn't have that April and that stretch in July where he hit 150, he possibly is looking at Barry Bonds' record.
People forget about that stretch, too.
Yeah, because it was only like a 3-week stretch in July, and then he just went right back to being Aaron Judge, and that's when the Yankees really got hot.
Yeah.
The only problem, Marcus Stroman pitched.
Oh, yeah. Stroman pitched the other day against the Orioles. I don't think he even reached the 5th inning, and it was just terrible. Terrible. And it doesn't help that Nestor Cortez is hurt now. I'm not sure the severity of it, but that definitely, gives a hit to our depth because Stroman was supposed to be in our bullpen now, actually, because this is the turn where he goes into the bullpen, and then he had to start because of Nestor. So.
Seen it with the Mets many times. Stroman, after that first, he looks lights out in the first half. Looks like one of the best pitchers in the league. Second half of the year, when the pressure's on, 2021, pressure was on the Mets.
Yeah.
No DeGrom, no Syndergaard. I think Syndergaard was gone already.
Yeah. No,
I don't remember Syndergaard was gone in 2021 or still out with Tommy John.
Nah, he was out with Tommy John, and then in November he signed with the Angels.
DeGrom had just gone out with his first 2 shoulder injuries.
Yeah.
They didn't have anyone else. Like, that was good. They had no other really good pitchers. It was Tyler McGill, who was a rookie, David Peterson, who was a rookie. They weren't at the peaks of where they are now, where they're a lot better.
Oh, yeah.
So they had no pitchers. And instead of making moves for arms that year, they went and got Hyatt.
Look at that.
And Stroman just went and crumbled down the stretch.
And
It was
Taijuan Walker wasn't that good that year.
well, that's Kyle Walker every year, even
Yeah,
before he went right,
he's
even before he went to New York. Second half of the year, he always crumbled. Look at
always
the Phillies, 6 ERA with the Phillies.
he wasn't that good all year, though.
No,
Like, he didn't even
they've
have
been
that
put
one insanity run
no,
first half that he usually has.
no. They've
So,
been putting him in and out of the bullpen all year, and his ERA keeps spiking, so,
yeah. I mean, he's cooked, I think. I
yeah.
think Philly's really,
I think the Phillies are better off without him in the lineup or in
definitely,
the rotation.
definitely. I think they moved him to the pen a couple times,
They
but
did. He played out of the pen, one of the games against the Mets
yeah.
in Philly,
Oh, yeah.
and then he, pitched as starter, and I think it was the last game of the year against Philly
Wow.
when the Mets took 3 out of 4,
Mhm.
and they pitched him in the game where they needed to clinch. 'Cause their magic number that whole Mets series, after they won the 2nd game, their magic number was 1.
Yeah. They didn't
So
clinch it till the Cubs
no,
series.
they clinched at home.
Yeah, but division-wise.
Division-wise, they clinched at home,
Yeah.
but, they didn't have any they used Zach Wheeler
Mhm.
the last game of the, um, 4-game series.
Mhm.
If they used him in the middle game and then won, they probably would've won, and then used 1 in the last game
Yeah.
when you don't need the game. 'Cause Wheeler under pressure sometimes crumbles. Yeah,
Yep. I mean, in the postseason, he was lights out a little bit last year,
yeah,
but he also had those faltering moments in the
yeah.
first innings that really set him back. So, you know.
And I feel like same thing with Garrett Cole. You
Yeah.
look at Garrett Cole in the post, he could have a lights out performance, or he could go out, lay a dud, and get pulled after the finish. The problem thing with the Yankees is they have a lineup cover,
Yeah.
and they have
And
outside of a closer, they have a good bullpen that can
mhm. Yeah, I mean, that narrative about Garrett Cole, by the way, I feel like it's I think it's sorta, like, flawed because in 2021, when he pitched against the Red Sox, he had a bad hamstring, so
yeah,
there's that, and then he
that's
had the
what
2022 postseason where the Astros game shouldn't have even happened that way because one of them dropped the ball and then it's led to, like, 3 runs. It was just a mess, so that's why the ERA looks so inflated
yeah.
in the postseason.
Glad I have you here so you could actually, 'cause I don't know that much about the Yankees and their starters.
Yeah.
If you wanna go into the Mets, I could go down the list of everything.
Oh, yeah. No, definitely. I mean, likewise, 'cause I do know the Mets, but not as much as you do. You probably know the in and out of the
So they're
organization,
going
so
with the smart decision. They're gonna pitch Sean Manaea today.
yeah.
So that gives them either a day of short rest or full rest for one of the 2 wild card guaranteed games if they clinch.
Oh, yeah.
Their magic number, if San Diego goes all out, their magic number is 2. If 2 out of Milwaukee and San Diego wins 2, they're in.
What do you think? They do it?
I hope. I don't know if they could do it 'cause then again, you're looking at still the Mets.
Yeah.
They still till they prove it, I don't wanna have that optimism till they prove the optimism.
Right. Fair enough.
Because it's not like they're a team that overcame. I mean, what they overcame was awesome.
Yeah.
11 games under 500.
Oh,
Second half came out on fire from middle of May up until now.
mhm.
Get yourself the fact that they got themselves in a postseason is amazing. So if they don't get in, there's not too much to be upset about.
Yeah.
But now they're at that point where you wanna get in because you came so far and you're holding the lead over probably your most hated rival in Atlanta.
True.
Granted, it's only 1 game, but you're still holding a game lead for them out of the postseason.
Now I want your take on this. If the
Yeah.
Mets make the postseason, does Carlos Mendoza win National League
I think he
manager?
gets it over the manager of Milwaukee. 'Cause
Yeah.
you're saying the manager of Milwaukee is getting it. I think if you clinch a postseason spot, you gotta give Mendoza serious acknowledgement for it.
I think so too.
Because he was getting dragged through the mud
Yeah.
for half the season by the fan base, by the New York media that it was a horrible hire, they should have kept Shaw.
Yeah.
Then he just turns around the ship. He made the adjustments, uh, Lindor at leadoff. And once Lindor got hot, that was it. The team took off.
Oh, yeah.
Notice how they're kinda like, I don't wanna say floundering right now without him, but the offense isn't where it was
Yeah.
in the games before.
Well, it definitely took a hit. It's Francisco Lindor,
Yeah,
so obviously it wasn't gonna be the
like,
same.
you look at that game before the Phillies versus Toronto, They're getting no hit through 8 innings.
Yeah,
He hits a leadoff home run to tie the game, and then they score another 7 runs or 6 runs in that inning.
that's
That one
insane.
hit got the offense going in
Yeah,
1 inning to win the game.
I mean, that's him, man. He's the captain of that team, in my
Look at the
opinion.
game before he got hurt, he put up 9 or 10 runs.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So,
That's crazy how you mentioned that game because Bowden Francis had 8, no-hit innings going into that, and he actually had that before as well. And both both of those, games actually got broken up in the 9th inning by a home run.
when you look at it, I feel like Ohtani's the MVP.
Yeah.
Although I think the award shouldn't just go based off the offense of what he's doing. I feel like it should go all around.
Yeah.
Because whereas Ohtani DH and Lindor's playing maybe the best defense in the league.
Yeah, but you know they're gonna give it to him because
They're
of the
giving it to
stolen
him
bases.
because
50-50. Yeah, I mean,
in any other season, Lindor's been not he's getting a heavy amount of MVP votes.
definitely, definitely. It's just you know how the media is towards Los Angeles and in general, it's gonna be skyrocketing.
Yeah.
But Lindor will get
But I
first
also
place
feel like it's a
votes.
little bit that's
Yeah. I
a lot
mean,
of
I still scratch my head over how he didn't make the All-Star.
yeah. I don't get it. I guess maybe because they were so, like, they weren't as hot as they were. Well, they were turning it around, but he wasn't hitting the way
No.
he was still just getting him back into that groove after getting moved up to D-Lo. I could kinda see why they didn't, but he shouldn't have been an all-star representative for the Mets.
No.
If they wanted to have 1 rep from every team, well, or
Mhm.
even Sean Manaea was starting to get hot at that point.
Yeah.
Just have a rep
Mets
the
pitching
offense.
staff is underrated. I will say that.
I mean, Severino had that conquer game in big moments.
Yeah.
Yankee fans all know too well.
We all know this 2023 is a night.
But then again, I believe the Mets have to get Lindor in the lineup, rallying them, not getting 2 hits
Yeah.
on Spencer Strellenbach.
Like I said, it takes a hit in production, obviously, but, you know, Schwellenbach, come on.
You're making the guy look like prime Greg Maddux against you.
He's nothing to write home about.
No.
And when
I
you're
understand
facing Chris Sale the next day at that time,
yeah,
you gotta take
I
that,
understand if they were pitching Chris Sale or Max Fried that game and you're getting 2 hits against them
That's a different story.
without your best hitter. That's a
Yeah.
different story. You're playing a Cy Young favorite and the number 2 in Atlanta.
Yeah.
So
No.
you're not
That was a game
Well
they needed to take. For
like,
sure.
it's massive series for them.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. They need to take care of business in
Yeah.
Milwaukee, and hopefully in
Well, he's not playing, so
yeah. They've
Definitely.
already got everything locked up because their division is just oh,
they're the worst. They're
abysmal.
always the worst division winner.
Yeah.
Because if you look, yeah, they have 80 something or 90 wins.
They average around that every year.
Yeah. You put them in the division, they're 4th.
I mean, they're always like now with the new playoff format, they're
Always
always the
gonna get
worst division leader, and
Yeah.
they're always playing in the wild card despite winning the division.
They're
That
never
goes
gonna
to
get that
show. No.
unless Philly, Atlanta, or LA fall off of a cliff, they're never getting that bye.
Yeah,
Or they're the
and
2nd best, national
exactly, and we can't see that happening soon.
No, not especially the Dodgers.
No. Dodgers will be good for a
I
long
think the
time.
Dodgers are gonna be better next year. How about Ohtani in the pitching fold too?
And we gotta remember, I think they're gonna make a run for Roki Sasaki, which it terrorizes
Yeah,
me how
you're gonna hate me for this one, but if Soto hits the market,
oh god.
he's not gonna leave. I believe he's gonna play the Yankees, but they're gonna cough up money. They're gonna look to pay him.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
What they're gonna try, and I think he's gonna use them as leverage, and I still think the Yankees gonna pay him.
Well, Stevie got the money, so I cannot sleep on the Mets, and nobody should, not even Brian Cashman, so
I mean, they offered, Yamamoto the exact same contract as the Dodgers and were willing to go more when he said taking the Dodgers offer.
Mhm.
But he declined because he wanted to go pitch in LA with Ohtani.
Yep.
And you know, if so, that shows he was looking to spend. People giving him the knock that he didn't spend last year, and that he was gonna spend that on Yamamoto. Yamamoto's 24, 25.
Yeah.
10 years at that money, you're controlling it full prime.
I mean, he's literally a rookie, you know?
He's a rookie. His prime year.
Mhm.
So,
That
you
was, like, the
know,
one big contract, understandably so, that he trying to get out.
getting Scherzer at 21 for the 22 season,
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, that's all in.
That was you're going all in because you had
Yeah,
Jacob deGrom, just traded for Chris Bass.
yeah.
You had Alonso, who was still hitting high for average. You had Lindor, you
Nemo.
had things going for you that year
Oh, yeah.
'cause so you had to do that.
They rejuvenated their whole outfield that season.
Yeah.
Marte,
They paid
Canha.
Canha and Marte.
Yeah,
Then they paid
Escobar.
Escobar, who
Yep.
was good that season,
Mhm.
and then you paid Scherzer, which was smart. Then Verlander move, smart if you didn't have Shoe.
Yeah.
I think what happened is you paid both of them that kind of money, and it was known throughout reports that they didn't get along.
Scherzer and Verlander.
Yeah.
Oh,
In
wow.
Detroit, when they were pitching, I think it was in Detroit together,
Mm.
they weren't the closest friends pitching.
Mm.
So,
Is
like,
that
they
right?
weren't like yeah, they really that's what news outlets were publishing about them.
Yeah.
Then again, it's also New York, and they were trying to drag the Mets down.
Yeah, they were probably
But
twisting
still,
something, you
the
know?
only reason they paid Verlander that money is they needed to get that big money because DeGrom and, I think it was Bassett both left already.
Right.
Like, they both already signed in Toronto and Texas.
Oh, yeah, I remember. I think Senga was signed at that point. Verlander signed.
I don't think Senga would. Senga they signed in late December, like, was
Yeah.
almost January. I think Verlander was
Oh,
already
no.
signed.
You're right. You're right. Yeah.
Verlander was already signed. Scherzer was signed for one more guaranteed year without the
Mhm.
option.
Yep.
DeGrom had just went to
Texas. Mhm. Beginning of
no,
December.
DeGrom had just gone to Texas,
Yep.
and Bassett had just gone to Toronto.
Yeah.
So, you kinda had to make that move if you wanted to keep that 101 season competitive streak alive. Obviously, it didn't work out.
Yeah, but at the time, you know, Justin Verlander had just won his Cy Young.
And a 175 ERA
Yeah, I mean, you weren't
with
gonna
double-digit wins.
you weren't gonna force away from him if
No, DeGrom left.
no. So,
'Cause and then you had this year, played it smart. 1-year deal on pitchers. 1 year from Anaya, prove it. 1 year Severino, still have it.
mhm.
1 year to, JD Martinez. Kinda's not working out now, but I think that's the age
Yeah.
catching up to him. I don't think the last couple of years in LA and the last couple of years in Boston, I wasn't ready to DH like
No, because he had a lot he would have a lot of back injuries, just from what I remember in
and he
Boston.
wasn't an everyday DH. He
Yeah.
was pitching, he was hitting, and they were trying to use him in those hand matchups, not every day. I think the Mets overused him early from when he signed. Because remember, he had the back injury before he signed.
Right.
He missed the first month. He came up close to May.
Mhm.
They started using him as an everyday DH, and I think that was kinda like a mistake. I feel like you should have had Mark Vientos up at the beginning of the year as a DH option and Beatty, and just platoon him and Martinez. They're adding him off of name. It's
I agree. That's what the Yankees did with Josh Donaldson for
yeah.
$5,000.
They hit guys over the hill for him because they had a good first half of the year
Yeah.
instead of the production.
And what do you know? They get
But
exposed in the second half
they get
because
exposed.
Aaron
But
Judge
then
is carrying the team.
the Mets lineup was covering Martinez.
Yeah.
Nimmo's starting to hit. Alonso was starting to hit.
Mhm.
Lindor's back, he's hitting.
Of course.
He's starting to get back into his groove. Marte shouldn't be hitting against, right.
Agreed.
He's horrible against righties.
I definitely think they should platoon him for next year, if
Not
that's not what
platoon him.
they're doing now.
He's gone. If they're serious about Soto, he's gone.
Yeah. No,
If
you're
they're
right.
serious about getting Soto for the field, he's gone.
Oh, dude.
If they're gonna move Nimmo either to left or center, back to center or to left, and they're either gonna re-sign Bader and then
That's right.
well,
Wow. Yeah.
if they get rid of Marte, that means if they get rid of
agree.
Marte, that means you're not going for,
That Jeff Passan tweet that Starlin Marte was traded in November.
He's not even a bad fielder, and he's hitting in the 260s, 270s.
Yeah.
He's not doing what he usually does for the Mets, which is look at he has a great eye.
Right.
He's just swinging on it, trying to make something happen. There's no door. I feel like that's what they're all doing, and that's why they're all going into these slumps.
They all feel the
They're
pressure.
all swinging at everything down the field to try to get a hit.
Mhm.
But then again, when Lindor comes back, they can't go back. They're not swinging.
You just gotta keep the patience at the plate, to be honest with you, and then things will happen because Now, if pitchers see a 1-2-3 of Lindor, who do we got next?
Their 1, 2, 3s has been it's been Lindor lead off, Nimmo at either 2 or 3, and then I think Vientos is the 3rd, maybe Jose Iglesias, who's been a great story for them, hitting.
Mhm. I mean, point is, their lineup is that deep, you know?
Yeah.
They're gonna pitch around some players, and there's gonna be a lot more pitches thrown because they
Yeah.
don't wanna face the next guy. So it's a lot more pitches hit given to Lindor because of the guy batting behind him. So,
Yeah. So let's go, we have a lot of time, but
yeah, man. Sure.
come back to baseball if we have time. Damn, let's go to football for a little bit
Oh, yeah.
because we just finished week 3.
Mhm.
We just started week 4. So first, let's talk a little bit about the week 3 games.
Yeah.
Start with, I guess Thursday night, Jets Patriots. That
Mm.
was a definitive Aaron Rodgers, Green Bay kinda game, just slinging it,
Yeah.
getting the run game going a little bit. I think the run game is gonna take a little bit more time to get going because they were using their brand new 3 out of our 5 or 3 out of the 5 stars of the Jets line is brand new, never played together. Moses, Simpson, and, name on the left tackle.
Not Reddick because Reddick's unsigned. Still.
Why am I blanking? Oh, now I'm blanking on the name. But they have 3 out of the 5 starters. I'll go back to the name.
Yeah.
But they have 3 out of the 5 starters on the line. But the only guys are playing next to each other and they barely played next to each other. Pittman and
Wasn't the 3rd guy McDonald now that I think about it, or? Yep.
we'll get to
Oh.
I'm thinking about the offense.
Oh, you're thinking of offensive. Oh,
I'm
okay.
blanking on offense.
Alright, yeah.
Defensive line too is the same boat, except they have a little bit more of the same personnel. They still have Solomon Thomas, who's actually having a better season now than did in San Francisco and Vegas. They have Quentin Williams, who played at an all-pro level.
Oh, yeah.
They have Will McDonald, who stepped up big in the last game and a half. So, their secondary is still good. Linebackers, even Mosley's hurt, but linebackers are playing well. But that was an Aaron Rodgers game when you look at it.
Oh, yeah. That was like prime Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's fitting all double coverage to Garrett Wilson, and he's not getting picked off the other way.
Mhm.
He's slinging it flies out of his hand. He's throwing. They had that one, I think it was the first scoring drive, they were on the 13-yard line.
Yeah.
And he was just slinging it down the field, and they
Tyler Conklin gave me a lot that day.
yeah, Tyler Conklin.
Yeah, I'll give him credit. Yeah.
Oh, and then now I remember the left tackle's name. Tyron Smith.
Tyron Smith. Yeah.
I don't know why I blank on his name all the time. Even when he was back in the days with Dallas,
Yeah.
always blank on his name. But you have him and Morgan Moses on Rodgers' side and blocking. Well, now it's getting Olu Fashanu because Moses got hurt in that Patriot game. They said 2 to 4 weeks. We'll get a good look at the hopefully. And then you got the Giants beating up on Cleveland.
What a joke.
They beat up on Cleveland. And they go right back to looking like
Giants.
Yeah, against Dallas.
And that
To be fair,
Cleveland.
they almost had Dallas too.
Yeah, they did, but I must say, no, I'm not a Giants hater. I'm a fan. I'm a big fan. But that 4th quarter was even sketchy if you look about it. The Amari Cooper touchdown really
They got lucky. The guys were dropping bullets.
That's what I thought.
From Watson, because Watson in that 4th quarter, they gave Watson 3 chances in under the 2 minutes
Mhm.
to get the ball and score and take a point lead.
Yeah,
And
man.
they were dropping everything or not in the right spot as Watson was letting it go. And Watson looked obviously Watson looks horrible.
Yeah.
But he looks the best he has this season in that 1 quarter with the Giants. I don't know if that's an indictment of the Giants defense or because they were letting him just play his style because they were losing by 4.
I mean, they probably played up to their comp. So I must say, for Daniel Jones standards, he really did throw the ball like somewhat well, but it was still not enough.
Then you go to last night. You go to week 4 now. the
Yeah.
last night's game.
Okay.
Last I saw, he was throwing for over 230 yards.
Mhm. Yeah.
I think they only kicked field goals the whole game. I
Yeah.
don't think they scored. Did they score an offensive touchdown last night?
No.
Okay. I
There was
just
some
wanna make
nice
sure.
passes to Malik, though, I will
Yeah,
say.
and
He had some good route running.
he's gonna be their next Odell without the temper and without the edge.
Oh gosh. I hope so.
He
So far,
doesn't
so good.
he doesn't have Hollywood attitude. He
Yeah.
was drafted higher than Odell, but he doesn't have that LSU Hollywood
Right.
antics. He's like a Justin Jefferson. Jefferson came out of LSU, was obviously the best wide receiver there, even though they had Chase,
Yeah.
but he didn't have those antics of get me the ball.
Hollywood, yeah.
He was he's a team player. I see the same thing in Malik Neighbors. He just wants to play. He gets the ball, he's gonna make plays.
It's what we need. It's what we need
They
big time.
need one more quality wide receiver, veteran or a youngster. They can put next to him because I don't think Robinson is it, and I definitely don't think Hyatt. The way they look right now, either one of them are it.
No.
Right now, it looks like the Malik Neighbors show. Their tight end that they drafted at Penn State, Johnson.
Yeah.
He looks like he's gonna be good. He's gonna be a good tight end because he's like the modern style of tight end, two-way, can block and catch.
Singletary doesn't look bad either, to be honest.
Obviously, Saquon Barkley.
No.
Saquon's an all-pro running back.
I mean, look at him with Philly right now. He's killing it every damn game.
I think
Yeah.
I don't think he ever wanted to leave.
I think he saw that the Giants weren't giving him the money that he wanted.
And best offer might have been he could have probably got who knows, maybe he did get better offers from their teams.
I'm sure.
But Philly, the Giants rival. You're a Giant fan. Say them or Dallas is the bigger rival.
Dallas, and it's not even much.
So Philly's your second biggest rival.
Yeah.
Division you played them this year. Why not maybe go there? You know,
Just to spite Giants fans.
yeah. I
You know,
feel like it was done out of spite because he was not jealous. He was upset. He was upset they didn't pay him. I think he wanted to stay in New York and
Mhm.
right the wrongs. How the first 6 years went after 22.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think 22 wasn't a fluke by being successful. I think it was a fluke in the year Jones had because
Yeah.
he looked worse the last 2. Granted, he got hurt last year.
Yeah.
But even when he played, he looked good last year.
And we've talked about this. I feel like instead of paying Jones, you franchise tag Jones.
I feel like, yeah, you tagged Jones, you paid Barkley.
Yeah. Right.
And then when it didn't work out with Jones last year, when he went back to looking like he always did, you had there was no penalty to have to try to force the right and wrong.
And now this is probably his last leash this year.
Only thing is, if you would have gotten rid of him, you might not have been able to get Neighbors, but you probably would have had to draft a quarterback.
Yeah.
Unless you would have signed a Tyrod or a veteran like that. Kind of like tank, but also lead your team and not like fumble and lose all its morale.
Some
bad
sort
season.
of high tier bridge court. That's it. Yeah.
So let's look at the other games coming out. You get the Jets and the Broncos.
How about Bo Nix?
That could be an entertaining. You don't know what Bo Nix is going to look like. You could get the first 2 weeks where the kid could keep, and you don't know what Jet team you're going to get. I know it all too well. There's these games that let down game.
Oh, yeah.
Like everyone was expecting New England. A lot of people were expecting New England because it was the Patriots. Even without Belichick and Brady, they saw the Jets number. Blew them out, but
It's just a franchise curse.
it's just like since they drafted Brady, they've had their number.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like this could be the same Denver. If Denver's defense is locking up the wideouts, down game.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, hopefully, they got to keep Rodgers up so far. I think last Thursday was the worst game for pressure rate, and he was still only sacked 2 times. So that's how well Joe Douglas and the rest of that front office invested into the line.
Yeah. They needed it after the injury last year.
Well, I know. Why would you think it was a good idea to give a 39-year-old Aaron Rodgers, Wayne Brown, Mekhi Becton, 2 knee injuries, and a horrible left guard not horrible, but he also had help.
Yeah.
And you only had like one true starter on that line that was good and fair. That was malpractice to the fullest of building an offensive line. Knowing you have a 40-year-old version of it's not like you had Aaron Rodgers years ago where he
Yeah.
could run and throw.
Nah.
I mean, he looked like he did 10 years ago against the Patriots, but it's not like you had, that version of Rodgers. You have Rodgers coming off of an Achilles where he needs to be held upright, and
Yeah.
they're doing that so far. So about the production they get out of their rookie running back, Braylon Allen.
How about it?
No, who would have thought a rookie running back gave that production, averaging over 5 yards per carry?
Oh, yeah.
I think he's averaging over more yards per carry than Breece Hall, but they're also planning. I feel like run defense is planning more against Breece Hall than Allen. They haven't really used Allen as a pure runner. And they've been trying to force feed Breece carries.
Mm-hmm.
They have to use Breece Hall like Le'Veon Bell. Get him out into passing, get him the open lane, let him take off, and get him out into situations. He's capable of having close to 2,000 yards from scrimmage. He could be like a McCaffrey type of back. What is it?
McCaffrey. Fantasy football nightmares right there.
Now, I don't know what the report. I don't remember if it was Schefter or Rappaport. One of them wrote he expected a couple more months.
That's like probably week.
They're saying you could say he can miss up until close to December.
Oh my!
If they're saying a couple of months, yeah. Look, he missed 4 games so far, counting Sunday's matchup.
Right.
And then you're gonna go all of October and 2 months, a couple months is October and most of November. So either they're just gonna keep him out and ride Mason until the playoff, or they're gonna he's gonna miss the whole year because he's got 2 different a calf and a tendonitis.
Mm-hmm. That's no joke either. If you're a runner like him,
as a running back,
no,
not something
you don't want to play through that either. Definitely not.
No, you risk your Achilles. Cam Akers looked so good coming out.
Yeah,
had a great rookie year with the
Rams, right?
Won the Super Bowl.
Right. Yeah.
And then towards Achilles, I think it was the year they won the Super Bowl. He takes his Achilles training in the offseason. Hasn't been the same since.
Yeah. What team is he on now? Houston. That's right.
Todd Gurley. Now that's not Achilles.
Yeah.
But the guy was one of the best running backs in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Just fell off the face of the earth, and he's still not even 30 years old yet. And he hasn't played in the league for 4 years.
It's kind of like a Le'Veon Bell situation.
Yeah, it is. Well, Le'Veon Bell was not practiced by the Jets.
Yeah, no, of course. But in terms of being out of the league by 30, I think it was about 30 when he was out. But
yeah.
Look at that fall off. You had that year in 2018. Antonio Brown, Juju, Le'Veon Bell, Big Ben. Everybody. Steelers had a loaded offense once upon a time.
Dude, if they gave Big Ben his last year, he could have still slung the ball.
Yeah.
You gave him like Dallas's offensive line. Dallas had Tyrone, Zach Martin, Trent Frederick.
Right.
You gave him any Patriots line that Brady got. You gave him that Bucks line the year the Bucks won the Super Bowl.
Right. Any Super Bowl line, to be honest with you.
Because Steelers had later years of Ben's career, Steelers had one of the worst ranked lines in the league.
Yeah.
Even DeCastro left. He retired. I believe Pouncey retired. That's right where I think their left tackle retired too. I forget his name. They let half of their line go and left Ben out to try with rookies and backup capable. So
kind of ruined.
They kind of ruined the last couple of years. They still had good skill positions. James Conner, Beef, before he became too much of a Juju, Claypool.
Claypool.
Claypool had that great year, and then because there was no line on the ball.
Wow.
Pittsburgh was coming out with defense.
Oh yeah, always was. And
Always was.
the offense, that's a little bit of a problem nowadays. But oh, definitely. That's just how he's been running ever since he got in.
Yeah. long as Belichick was there, their defense was gonna be they could have nobodies on defense. Belichick knew how to coach these guys.
Yeah, man. It's just team philosophy at sometimes, you know?
So, literally.
Yeah.
I feel like it's the same thing going back to baseball. Like, well, not go back to baseball for like
Yeah.
15 minutes. Going back to baseball, you look at those old Yankee teams, Joe Torre and Dave Girardi.
Oh, yeah. Nah,
They knew how to manage all that stuff. Bernie Williams, Jeter, Mariano, Andy
Mhm.
Pettitte,
Asada, yep.
Posada.
Mhm.
They knew how to manage it and not let it become out.
Yeah. Not only that, obviously, they were giving the teams they would spend every other offseason,
I mean,
reload if
and then
somebody left.
too, people like to say, "Oh, the Yankees only buy championships." Their 90s, maybe that's true in the
Maybe it
60s,
was.
maybe that's true in the 80s when they won like, a couple in the 70s.
Yeah.
In the 90s, they didn't spend on superstars. Jeter was homegrown,
Yeah.
Mariano was homegrown,
Mhm.
Pettitte and Posada were homegrown. I think the most they spent on, uh, was, what's his name?
Pretty sure in the early
O'Neal,
2000s.
like Paul
Yeah.
O'Neal.
Paul
More
O'Neal.
when they got out of that first 4-win 5 window.
Yeah.
Like, after they lost to Arizona is when they started spending to buy.
That's what I'm saying, they bought
A-Rod,
Clemens,
Paul
I think.
O'Neal, Clemens.
Yeah.
Well, no, they won with
They've
Clemens.
won with Clemens.
They beat the Mets.
Oh, okay.
I believe Clemens was there too.
Blanking on it, but
I believe
probably.
Clemens was there in 2000, when the Mets
He
when
was.
they beat the Mets.
And this is how I remembered it. So, he got to the ground and out. He threw the bat right at him.
Yeah. So they had and then I feel like outside of, like, those moves, a lot of that was farm system where they didn't spend big money on guys.
Oh, yeah.
Like the Bernie Williams called farm system from the Yankees.
Bernie was homegrown.
Homegrown?
Yep.
Yeah.
Drafted
So
in
I know he
'89.
left a little bit too.
Yeah.
I always forget if he was homegrown or if they paid him in.
Yeah. Honestly, as a Yankee fan, I feel like they should have changed the course more to, like, the Fab 5 or something.
And counted him.
Counted him because he was part of the, you
He
know.
came up a little bit before
Yeah.
but he was a big part of all those championships.
He was.
People like to credit only Posada, Mariano, Jeter, and Pettitte.
Yeah.
Bernie Williams was a sleeper on those late 90s, early 2000s.
Mhm.
And then, like, when they had in the, thousands when 09.
Yeah.
Yeah, they bought, what,
For the 2009 season, they had Sabathia, Burnett, and Teixeira.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, man. Switch hitter, could hit 40 home runs for
Was
you a
Tino
season.
Martinez 90 runs or they went on those runs? 'Cause I know he was there, like, at the end of Tom Mattingly.
Yeah.
Mattingly left in 95.
Mhm, and then they brought in Tino, and Tino won all for it.
I know Mattingly never won a ring with the Yankees.
Yeah.
If he would've played a couple more years, he would've been part of that dynasty.
Oh, definitely. I still wish he got a ring. Like, it makes me happy that and, you know, they at least went for it in '95.
They
They
did. They
made
brought back Schubert.
Yep, and they made the playoffs, but Mariners, you know,
Well, 95
they were
was
the better
also
team.
the very beginning of
Yeah.
that was, like, the first year they came up.
You gotta
What's his
remember
name wasn't even up yet.
Yeah,
Posada.
Jeter wasn't even playing, like, in the
Every day.
playoffs. No, yeah, he was an everyday player, and
No.
Posada was, Girardi.
Yeah, and Posada technically doesn't get counted for the, first World Series.
Yeah.
He spent too much time in the minors to get a ring.
Mhm.
He's only credited with, I think it's 98, 99, 2000, and 09.
Mhm. So he technically won 4 instead of 5 and lost the other 3.
Technically, I was reading about it today, just, like, facts.
Yeah.
They said it says he has 4.
Yeah.
And when you look at the 4, it's accredited to 99, 99, 2000, and then
Mhm.
09.
Right.
Now you're thinking if they didn't go in that 09 ring, Hideki Matsui,
A-Rod.
Jeter going on last true playoff,
Yeah, run.
lights out playoff run.
Right.
Mariano would hit
We're looking at a 20-year drought if it wasn't for
about
that year.
20, yeah, 'cause they lost the Diamondbacks.
01, 03 to the Marlins.
They did lose it.
So
Was that they didn't have A-Rod yet, right?
that was the season before,
That was season 4.
and then
'Cause
they
then
bought him in the offseason.
And then in '04, he, almost a lot of Yankee fans like to blame him for costing them that '04 series against
Wasn't on him, man.
I was just trying to get your
Wasn't
opinion on
on
that one. I wanna see
To be
Obviously,
honest
we
with
really
you.
don't we didn't get to watch it, like,
No,
truth
but I've seen a lot
but
of
when you look back at
documentaries.
it,
Yeah,
I just
definitely. But, you know, to be honest with you, that 9th inning where they imploded with Mariano on the mound, I think you win that and you win the series. As simple as that. You can't blame A-Rod.
what's crazy though is Mariano had that one bad run against
Yeah.
Arizona, that one game, and that game against Boston. Other than that, you put him in the playoffs, after those 2, you knew the game was over, you weren't winning that. You knew you weren't winning. When you heard Enter Sandman start playing,
That's
and
how
he
you
started
knew.
walking out.
That's how you knew
Outside
the
of
game
that
was over.
one game against Arizona,
Mhm.
game against, it's in Boston,
Yeah.
you knew it was over.
Oh, yeah. Definitely, man. But
You knew you had no chance of getting off it, especially in the postseason, 'cause he was him and Jeter were Mr. Clutch.
he'll throw 5 straight cutters to you. You still couldn't figure it out,
He's
man.
still swinging and
You break your bat. He got a lot of broken bats throughout his career.
he's a great
Oh,
there
yeah.
has to be a recipe to it that nobody knows how he's doing it.
He started out as a starter. I don't think anyone remembers, but
I either a starter no, he wasn't a starter.
he was a middle reliever.
He was a middle reliever
My
because they
fault.
had another elite. Yeah,
Mike Stanton.
who was yeah, they had him, and then when he left, they put him in the closer role, and then he just took off from there.
Yeah. So, and the rest is history,
Yeah.
obviously.
Greatest closer of all time.
Oh, yeah. Definitely, man.
Got a presidential Medal of Honor.
Over 600 saves. Come on.
No untouchable record.
Untouchable.
Like, when you wanna talk about untouched, like, records, some of baseball has some untouchable.
Oh, yeah.
Baseball, we'll go a little hockey. Hockey has untouchable records.
I mean, if you look at the amount of games Ripken's played in a row,
Nobody's playing
no
in
one's playing that
baseball.
much games,
No one's
especially in this day and age
in
where
this modern MLB, you're not getting a player to have I don't even remember his streak. I know it's over 2,000 games played.
Yeah.
I don't remember the exact number of the streak. No MLB player is that doing that.
I don't care if you're Marcus Semien, who plays 160 games a year. You're not getting that. Like,
Their
it
body
just doesn't happen
their
anymore.
bodies aren't conditioned.
No, exactly, you know? And that goes to show because, like, there's much more technology now in, like, the medical
Yeah.
field.
People say, "Oh, baseball is boring, baseball is boring." I think baseball now gets a bad rap. Baseball in the '90s looks like so much more entertaining.
People loved it because of the steroid era, to be honest with you.
Players get blackballed for that. I don't think she get blackballed. Yeah, they got punished enough by getting suspended. I don't think she was blackballed from the Hall of Fame.
They made the game fun for a lot of fans, though. So, that's something we should
Like,
really,
yeah, the Sammy Sosa, Mark McGwire.
yeah, Canseco.
You're not getting a race like that in 2024.
Oh, no.
You know? Aaron Judge is running away with home runs every at most, Ohtani's giving him a run, but it's not gonna get hyped up like that
Never.
because
Not
they're the
even
only
close.
2 players that are doing it.
Yeah.
There's not gonna be if you remember, the race was Ken Griffey Jr. and Mark McGwire, and Griffey got hurt, and that's where Sammy Sosa got exploded into that that home run race.
That's right. Yeah, man.
You're not getting that because there's not a player yeah, Ohtani or Judge get hurt, there's not a player that's gonna contend that season.
Yeah.
There's no I feel like the only player that could hit that many home runs in a season is Pete Alonso.
Schwarber.
And Schwarber.
Yeah.
They only swing for power.
Yeah.
They swing for power, they strike out.
I mean, Schwarber's averages versus home runs are ridiculous.
Look at Power, like 240 this year,
Mhm.
and he still got 40 home runs or close to 40 home I'm sure like, I feel like a lot of hitters in this baseball now
Yeah.
are looking at they don't care about their average, they want RBIs and home runs.
Pretty sure
They don't
one of the years Schwarber batted like 196. Yeah, hit like 45, which is insane.
What's even crazier, Schwarber usually DHs. I don't
He
think he plays the field
Yeah, no, he doesn't.
anymore.
Not anymore. He hasn't played
Since
since
Philly
20
since he got traded to Philly, he's been the primary DH.
Yeah.
Because they have Harper, who technically plays the outfield.
at first now.
I think he's only playing first.
He's only playing
True
first.
base.
I think they don't wanna,
He's out.
yeah, they don't want his elbow, so
So he's gonna move to first because it's shorter throws.
yeah.
From first to home, first, second, third, it's a lot shorter than from the corner of the outfield to first or corner of the outfield to second.
Yeah, man. Any last words?
No, I think it's
Yeah, man. So,
Hmm.
go ahead, take the
I
stage.
mean, so that's it for now. I mean, Next week, we'll do recaps on week 5.
Oh, yeah.
MLB wild card will be wrapped up by Friday.
Oh, yeah, that'll be a lot to talk about.
There'll be a lot to talk about with wild card. It's all but guaranteed to be wrapped up Friday.
Mhm.
So,
So, we'll have a lot. Alright.
we'll have a lot more to talk about.
Yeah. Alright.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright,
Sorry,
well.
bro. Emily's blowing up my damn
No,
phone.
yeah, it's fine.
I saw it in the back.